Hey, what's up guys, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited for today's video. As you can probably tell from the title, I'm getting my hair done today, and I feel like for most people that is not a big deal. So if you're just here to see the transformation, then feel free to skip forward. I kind of just want to have a little almost mental health chat in a way. So I feel like girls will especially be able to relate, not so much boys, but I feel like whenever girls are going through a huge change, they get their hair done and it's really quite symbolic. I know a lot of girls, when they go through a breakup, they get all their hair cut off, or they've got a big change in their life, they dye their hair blue or whatever, and I am definitely no different. Whenever I'm going through something, I end up getting my hair done. And I remember in first year I was going through so much mentally, and I got my hair done literally like 6 times. It was long and black, and then it was long with like blonde balayage, and then it was short. I had a fringe at one point. It was insane. I was going through so much, and every couple of months I was like, forget this, I need a change. I'm gonna be a brand new girl, like I'm gonna sort myself out. And it didn't necessarily happen. I was extremely depressed at the time, and I guess for me, I felt like prophylactically, if I got my hair cut, then everything else would get better. And this time around it's a little bit different, because 2020, as much of a shit show as it has been with the whole pandemic, has been huge for me in terms of my mental health and just kind of like my healing process. So around the time of, I think, the first lockdown, so in March, I actually started therapy, which I've mentioned before, and I think it should be something that's freely talked about without anybody having to feel ashamed or judged. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I started therapy in March, and I've been doing it basically every week since then, and I feel really, really grateful in a way for that lockdown and the pause that it gave me in my life, because I remember thinking a couple of years ago, I wish that everything could just stop so that I could get my head together and just really sort out my mental health and help myself feel happier within myself. And it was really hard to do that in like first and second and third year, because I was always on the go, I was always studying, I always had something to do, and I felt so stressed, and I kind of felt like there was no time to really focus on my mental health or just generally on how I was feeling emotionally. And so when the lockdown happened and uni basically stopped, I had all this free time, which I'm so grateful for. I kind of feel like, in a way, obviously I'm not saying I'm thankful for the pandemic, but I'm really thankful in a way, because I feel like God kind of gave me that pause I needed to really sort myself out. And I feel really lucky because I took that opportunity, I started therapy, and I spent months literally just working on my mental health. I finally reached a place where I genuinely feel more than okay, and I didn't really imagine ever being able to feel happy again. I know that's kind of depressing to say, but those of you who deal with mental health illnesses and depression and anxiety know that you go through something where you're so down you can't even remember what it felt like to be content, and you can't ever really imagine feeling okay again. And I worked really, really hard. Obviously I had people around me to support me. I had my family, friends, my boyfriend, they were all there for me, and I appreciate that so much. But I also put in a shit ton of work to make myself okay again. And I think that's the main thing with mental health, is you have to want it for yourself and work really hard. And I remember for the first like 2 or 3 months of therapy, I was emotionally so drained, and I was sleeping so much more, just because this therapy and everything we were talking about and all these emotions that I had suppressed were coming up to the surface, and I was genuinely so tired. I mean, I got used to it after a few months, and I got into the routine. I genuinely have addressed a lot of things that I didn't even think were issues, and now I feel really good. Obviously, I still have bad days, but the process of going through therapy and having this kind of healing, transformative time has taught me that it's very normal to have bad days, and you can't be hard on yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can allow it, but just don't allow yourself to spiral back down into that really dark, low place. So yeah, I just feel like I've learned so much in the last few months. Like 2020 has been a huge transformative year and just like a real time of healing, and I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come. I don't know if all of this kind of sounds narcissistic or big-headed, but I think it's really important to share these kind of things, and my mental health journey has been an absolute whirlwind, and this is the first time in about 4 years that I felt like it's okay to be happy and it's actually possible. Like most of my days I am content, and I didn't think it was possible to get back to that point. So I just want to share that, because if anybody else is feeling that way, I want them to know that it is possible. You have to put the work in though, and I'm not a professional, so this advice is just things that have worked for me, but I'm going to link some resources in the description if anybody else is dealing with these things. Please reach out for help. Go to your GP, just talk to somebody, because I avoided talking to people for years, and this year I finally just kind of stepped out of my comfort zone, and I was like, things need to change, I can't live like this, and it changed my life. And because of that, so last week I feel like I had the most incredible therapy session of my entire life, and something just clicked in my brain, and I was like, everything makes sense now. In my head I kept saying to myself, nobody's ever going to make me feel small again, and I've felt since then unbelievably confident and happy, and I just feel really blessed and content, and I feel like I'm there. I feel like this is what therapy was for, and I feel like I've hit the peak. In a way, I feel like now I can move on from kind of like the depressed phase of my life, and to symbolise that, I'm going to cut all my hair off basically. That's the point I'm getting to. I feel like it's kind of the last step to close this chapter of my life, and it's like emotionally and mentally I've let all that stuff go, and now physically I'm kind of aligning myself with my physical and emotional well-being and cutting my hair off. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm super excited. So I've got my appointment in like half an hour, and I always go to the Tony and Guy in Cardiff City Centre. I get my hair coloured by the same hairdresser every single time I get my hair done. He's amazing. His name is Leon. I highly recommend if you're in the area. And then I'm not sure who's cutting my hair, but I don't really mind. I'm just super excited. So I'm gonna head off into town and take you guys with me. I hope you enjoy this video, and let's go. Okay, so just in case I don't get a good shot at the hairdressers, this is how long my hair is at the moment. It's not the longest it's ever been in my life, but it's still pretty long. It's like below my boobs. So if you can kind of see where I last got my balayage done, it's basically grown out to there. So I've had like, it's grown quite a lot in the last kind of year or so, maybe like 6 inches. So it's basically going to be fresh balayage that I'm getting today, because I'm getting most of this cut off. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. And then for my outfit, I'm not quite sure if it works, but this top is from Topshop, jeans are from Bershka, and then I'm wearing Adidas Continentals. I'm not in the mood, but you'll be here soon. Everything feels wrong, guess I'm just in a bad mood. Feeling broken hearted over something that never works. Never works, never works. Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. I guess it wasn't true. I am obsessed. This is the final product. I actually think it's probably my favourite colour that I've ever gotten my hair dyed. I usually ask for the same thing every time, but this time it just turned out so much more ashy, and oh my god, I love it. I am so happy, and I feel so much lighter, and I'm always like my most confident self when I have shorter hair, and so happy. So I think I'm actually going to FaceTime my mum and Harry and see how they react, because I didn't tell either of them what I was going to do with my hair. They do know that I was getting it cut though, so I wonder if they'll like it or not. What do you think?
You wanted to look like me? Grey.
It's not grey, it's like an ashy blonde. It'll wash out a little bit, so it won't be so grey in a few days. Do you like it?
It's really weird. I was just thinking about you. I thought, oh, shall I ring her? Yeah, it looks nice. Oh my god.
Do you like it?
It's like silver. It's like grey.
This is what my mum said. I think it might be the lighting. It's not grey.
It's very nice, baby.
You really like it?
I really, really like it.
Do you like the length?
But what? The length, yes, good length. It's not too short like I thought it was going to be.
Okay, so overall the consensus was good, other than the fact that they think I'm going grey. But I think it was just the lighting, to be honest, because in different lighting it looks like different colours. But anyway, I love it, so I don't really care. I feel so good and confident, and it's so soft and healthy, and yeah, I'm obsessed. As you can tell. But anyway, I think I'm going to end off this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I most certainly did. And if you did, then definitely subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!